You're just living for the nighttime, aren't you?
All right, this is Mike from Seder 42 Vinyl. Gonna make a video for November 2018. These are albums that I bought back then. Gonna start this one with kind of rock and pop and some indie, kind of all mixed together. One of the first albums that I got was Public Enemy. This is Fear of a Black Planet. This has the lenticular cover. You can kind of see it there. It's just on black vinyl. I don't have very many rap albums. I've actually just been recently starting to collect a lot of female rap albums that I've been, kind of discovering. I watched a documentary on Netflix about the female rappers in particular, and there was a lot of really interesting stories in there and some interesting music that I kind of enjoyed. So I'm kind of discovering some new stuff, but back in 2018, I ended up getting this. I'm pretty sure I got this on Amazon just for like 20 bucks or something. Then I got this from Second and Charles. This is an indie rock band called Cherry Glazerr. This is Apocalyptic, and this is a great, great indie rock record. Comes in this strawberry type white and pink or red splatter, and really, really great indie rock. I'll play a little bit of this one because I don't think a lot of people maybe know this band, or at least people that may watch some of my videos. Play some of the indie stuff from this. Really, really good album. She's on her third album now that just came out this year, I believe. Third or fourth out. No, I want to say third album. And all of them are really good. She kind of is just getting better and better. So really good stuff here. If you like indie rock, female vocals, she writes all the songs pretty much. Really good stuff. Now, this is some really interesting stuff here. This is a band, they're kind of known, but I really don't hear anybody else talk about them much in the VC very often, at least people that I subscribe to. So this is a band called Night Flight Orchestra. This band is fantastic. These guys are kind of a throwback. This album actually came out in 2012. It's one of their first releases, Infernal Affairs. I think it might be their first album. And yeah, it comes on this teal vinyl, which is really cool. And it has a gatefold. And these guys are kind of a throwback. They play kind of 80s rock, like FM radio rock, I would say. I would kind of call it. They very melodic and just really, really good stuff. Will remind you of bands like Toto, just melodic stuff from the 80s that would have been played on FM radio. I really, really, really enjoy this stuff. I have almost all their albums, and they're really, really good. They have about 6 albums now, and these guys are members of Soilwork. So there's some guys from the singer from Soilwork sings for Night Flight Orchestra. So that immediately with Soilwork, you have a lot of great melodies. They do the melodic death metal, where they do a lot of clean choruses that are extremely catchy, great hooks. Some of my favorite melodic death metal is from Soilwork, and Nightblade Orchestra kind of has a similar idea but it's just using 70s hard rock as kind of a base, or really not 70s, 80s, really 80s hard rock, kind of like Journey, think like, Journey, Toto. Not really soft rock, but it's still kind of hard rock, but it just incredibly melodic choruses on here. Really good stuff. Sometimes they have saxophones, horns, things like that, but it still has a good rock feel. I'll definitely play some stuff from these guys because I'm probably not describing the music as well as I could. So listening to it would probably be the better thing to do, especially if you hadn't heard before. Really good stuff. And I believe this is their second album. This is Skyline Whispers, and these are both reissues. I don't think they were on, I believe these are the first pressings on vinyl for these two albums. And yeah, really, really good stuff here. I'll show you the gatefold on this one too. You can see the gold vinyl, but yeah, everything's kind of gold on here. And has some cool pictures of the band and a little photo there. All right, so yeah, really good stuff. Bjorn Strid, David Anderson, Charlie D'Angelo actually plays bass on this as well. So I believe he still plays bass with them. Really good stuff. I'll show you the albums again. It's on gold vinyl. And like I said, these were the first time on vinyl. These were released by, funny enough, Nuclear Blast. But yeah, if you read reviews on these guys, especially their earlier albums, they really got a lot of high praise for what they were doing. Really good albums. And they're kind of doing the same thing still. They really put out a lot of albums in a short period of time. So I think people, a lot of reviews of their newer stuff is just like, it's kind of the same old, same old. I'm still buying it because I really enjoy the music. So I still think it's fine. But yeah, they did put out a lot of records in a short period of time. All right, this is a Matthew Sweet album from 2018. This came out after he had his Tomorrow Forever, I believe it's called, album, his kind of comeback album in kind of his older 100% Fun style. This is similar to that. This is a pretty good record. Matthew Sweet is just like putting out a lot of material in the 2010s, and I pretty much pick all of it up. I'm just a big fan. But yeah, not much new here, not much incredibly special, but it's still a solid record for Matthew Sweet. And I also, now we're going to go back a little bit here. We're going to do some 70s hard rock. That was more of the newer stuff that I got. And I got this album for a really good deal. I was, I heard about this album and I listened to it online and I was like, this sounds really good. And it's one of the first proto metal, it gets kind of thrown into that proto metal category where, before there was heavy metal, there were bands that were, heavier than normal hard rock, or at least as heavy as bands like, Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. But they were just a little bit more to them. And this is Sir Lord Baltimore. This is actually a really cool album. I kind of like it. I mean, it's a little bit all over the place with the hard rock, but the guitar solos are really crazy on here. They're really wild, and it's really, really, really heavy for the time period. And yeah, I think what kind of makes it unique to me is just the guitar solos. Like, they're really crazy, and the guy's singing is just, he's almost punk at times in a way, proto-punk, proto-metal, but yeah, really heavy. Anyway, great album, great proto-heavy metal album. I like it. I know it doesn't always get good reviews. It's kind of mixed reviews on this record, but I think it's worth having it, and I think I got it for like 25 or 30 bucks online. I got a really good deal, and it sounds great. Really good quality. Bought UFO. I was just picking up everything UFO that I could come across. Whenever I found a used one that was a decent price. This is Obsession. Nothing special here. It's just UFO being UFO, kind of. It's solid. It's, I like UFO. I'm not, I don't think it's like the best stuff ever, but I think it's really good hard rock, heavy metal, or kind of proto metal even in the 70s and 80s. This is 78. So just good stuff here. Just really good hard rock, I guess I would say. Maybe not even proto heavy metal or heavy metal. Just really, really good hard rock here. Next album is Blue Oyster Cult. I don't have very many live albums, and I'm not a huge fan of live. I don't think I've listened to this album more than once or twice, but yeah, Blue Oyster Cult live. This is 1975, so right in the sweet spot of the red and black era of Blue Oyster Cult. So I think this is 3 and live maybe, which is kind of like back in the 70s. That's kind of what you did. You would do 3 studio albums, then a live album, then 3 studio albums and a live album. There was kind of a pattern for a lot of bands that did that. So this is Blue Oyster Cult. Bought Bad Company. This 1979. This has the song, I think it's the Rock and Roll Fantasy. Yeah, that was the big hit on here. Yeah, I was just I picked up the first Bad Company album, and I really liked that album. That album is fantastic. So I started buying this other stuff, but I don't know. Bad Company is good, but yeah, these albums aren't great in my opinion. The hits are great, so maybe I probably should just get a greatest hits and be done. But these are albums that I would need to spend more time with to enjoy the deep cuts on. But I definitely like the hits. Some of the main reason I like the hits and stuff is just because of, nostalgia from FM radio when I was a kid, living in Detroit, listening to WLZ and WRIF. Lots of, singles and hits were played, on the radio, of course, and not a lot of deep cuts. So you would pretty much only hear the hits. But I fell in love with a lot of those songs, and they just, when I play them, they just bring back lots of cool memories from growing up, driving around in the car, things like that with my mom or whatever. And even at home, listening to the stereo, it's really cool. And this is Bad Company, Desolation Angels. It's a cool name for an album, too. And the last one I got here is from 1972. I was listening to the Shabby Road Record Show. I still listen to it periodically. I don't think I've listened to every single episode, but probably 80 or 90% of the episodes I did listen to. And one of the bands that were brought up was Brave Belt. And this is a BTO, or not BTO, Bachman, Turner, and Bachman as Brave Belt. And this album is absolutely horrible. It's actually not good at all. It's pretty bad. It's kind of funny, though. And and the album cover is just hilarious. I don't know. The way that it was described as bad, Southern rock, and listening to the song that was played and then listening to the entire album, it's definitely not great, but it does have a charm to it. It says this album was previously released, as Brave Belt 2. So I don't think I have another Brave Belt album. This might be the only one I have, but I would probably buy the other. I think there's 2. Yeah, this is Brave Belt 2, obviously. So I think there's only 2. Yeah, anyway, Brave Belt. I'll play some of it just so you have an idea. And that is November 2018 for indie and hard rock and a little bit of pop in there for the, well, really just the one rap album. That's it. Thanks. Bye.